Good morning class, Sairam. Today we are going to start with this topic, that is equality of vectors. Before starting equality of vector, we should know how vectors are represented. Okay, to represent vector, what we need? We need one arrow. Okay, and this arrow is basically represents any vector quantity. Arrow will have two things. One is length and second is this head or tip. And one more thing, this point is called tail of the arrow or tail of the vector. So these three things are important in any arrow or in any vector. Length will represent magnitude of the vector. Then we will have tip, or you can say its head. Head will represent direction of vector. Let me take any example. Suppose if we have a block, okay, and that is kept on the ground and its mass is m, then you can consider thing like this, like a table. We have kept our block on this table, okay, and suppose one person applies force on this block, and towards right he applies a force of 10 Newton. Here is a person who is pulling this block by an amount of 10 Newton. 10 Newton means approx 1 kg equivalent. And on the LHS, other person is applying force of 5 Newton. Okay, and towards north or towards in this direction, you can say in this direction one other force is acting, that is say 3 Newton, and in this direction that is called plus k also sometime, or plus z direction. In this direction, suppose a force of 4 Newton is acting on this block. Now we are asked to represent forces in vector form. So to represent forces in a vector form, we have to first consider a scale, which is, let's consider that 1 centimeter equal to 1 Newton. Okay, and we have to consider direction also. Let us assume that all four conventional direction are according to this system. It means we will consider that the right side direction is east and left side direction is west. Similarly, this direction is north and this direction is south. Remember, this angle is 90 degree and all four directions are in horizontal plane. Then this direction shows us upward direction and this direction will tell us downward direction. Okay, so we have to represent all forces in this way, and we have considered one more thing, that is 1 centimeter equal to 1 Newton. So here you can see the first force is 10 Newton and direction is towards east. So how we will represent it? For that we will make one arrow, and this arrow will have a length of 10 centimeter. Suppose this is your 10 centimeter length, and this arrow will actually represent 10 Newton of force and direction is towards east. Then second force, that is of 5 Newton and direction of this 5 Newton is towards west. So in this direction we will make our second force, that is of 5 Newton. So for that we have to make one arrow and its length should be of 5 centimeter, this length you have to make with the help of a scale of 5 centimeter, and it will be your 5 Newton force, and this is the origin point. So next force we will see now, that is of 3 Newton. Either you can consider this one. This force is 3 Newton and its direction is, you can see here, direction is towards north. So for 3 Newton we have to make a line of 3 centimeter in this direction, and this will be your force 3 Newton. It is 3 centimeter line. Next force we can see we have of 4 Newton, and this 4 Newton force is actually towards south, you can say. So we will make it towards south, and its length of the arrow should be little more than this 3 centimeter but lesser than 5 centimeter. So this will represent our 4 Newton force, or here you can write 4 Newton force, and this is your 4 centimeter length. Okay, so this is the way how we represent all the forces. I hope it is clear to you how to make forces in vector form. Now this is true for any vector quantity. These arrow or all these assumptions like scaling and direction, that is 4 conventional direction, that are true for any physical quantity. Like for velocity also you can make such arrows, or you can represent velocity vector also by these arrows. Now we will see next topic, that is equal vector. So suppose if we have two vector like A equal to 5 Newton force in each direction, and other vector we have B, that is again a force and that has the same magnitude 5 Newton and direction is also same. So we will say that A and B both vector are equal, because if we will make the arrow for both the vector, then suppose A vector is represented by this arrow 5 centimeter equal to 5 Newton, and then B vector we also have to represent by the same amount of length, that is 5 centimeter and 5 Newton. So these are called equal arrows or equal vectors. Like here in your NCERT you can see vector A is represented by this length OP and vector V is represented by length QS. Both length are equal and direction is also equal. Next we have unequal vectors, and how to identify unequal vector. For that you have to see that like we have two arrows, vector A dash or arrow O dash P dash, and second vector have V B dash and length is Q dash S dash. Both length looks like equal. Okay, like this, if this is 5 centimeter first one, then second is also 5 centimeter, but thing is that direction of both the vector are different. So these are called unequal vectors. More specifically you can understand in this way that if on any object, suppose 5 Newton force is acting here and another 5 Newton force is acting in this direction, then you will say forces are equal in magnitude or vectors are equal in magnitude, but direction of both the forces are different, and a vector has both things, that is direction as well as magnitude. Two vectors will be called equal only and only if magnitude and direction both are common in the two vectors. Okay, so magnitude is equal but direction is not equal. That's why they will be called unequal vectors. And moreover you can represent them in this way also. Suppose this is 5 centimeter. Keep in mind that we have already considered that 1 centimeter is representing 1 Newton. This scale we have already considered. So if this is your 5 Newton force by represented by 5 centimeter length, then second vector will be this one, this arrow, and this length is again 5, but direction is not same. Okay, more example can be given as like 5 Newton force. Suppose direction is also same but magnitude is not same, still we will say that both are not equal or unequal vectors. Okay, so here we should have no doubt in that. Now we will see the next thing, and that is multiplication of vectors by real numbers. So in this topic we will learn that if any vector, suppose if vector A, okay, on any letter we write this arrow also to show the vector. I have already told you. Suppose vector A is 5 Newton in east direction. Okay, then if someone asks you what is the value of 2a, 2a equal to how much, then we will answer it that 2a equal to 10 Newton in east direction. Okay, this is our part number 1. And if someone asks you what is the second thing, that is what is the value of 3a, then we will say that 3a equal to 30 Newton in east direction. Okay, similarly if someone asks you what is value of 2a or minus 2a, then we will answer it that minus 2a is, okay, this is not 30 Newton, actually this was 5 Newton, I thought it is 10, so it will be 15 only, so we have no problem in that. So minus 2a equal to minus 10 Newton, okay, in east direction. Now what is the meaning of minus 10? We can say it plus 10 Newton but in west direction, opposite of east. Okay, so this is the way how we multiply any vector by any real number. In NCERT you can see that first vector we have A and its length is this much, then 2a will have double length but direction will be same. Next example, if a is this much, then minus a means we have multiplied a by negative of 1, then it will just change its direction, and minus 1.5a will be represented by 1.5 times of length and direction will be opposite to that of original vector. Okay, I think you have already got this concept that how vectors shows result when they are multiplied by any number. Now we will move for next important topic, that is addition and subtraction of vectors by graphical method. How we will add two vectors or how we will subtract any two vectors. So here you can see that addition of vector is made with the help of two methods. One is law of triangle, okay, and second law is parallelogram. However, you can say parallelogram is just a by part of this law of triangle. Original thing is this one, but or you can say both are almost same thing. I will tell you later. This is actually mathematical way to write resultant. Okay, mathematical way, and this is the graphical way, or how we add graphically. At last, you will see that both will be associated to each other in some way. So how to add? Suppose one vector is this one, that is vector A, and it is 10 Newton force. Okay, or you can consider any other value, say 8 Newton force, and its direction is towards east. Okay, and other vector is, you can say, that is vector number 2 or vector B, and this vector is towards north, and its value is 6 Newton. So I have to reduce its length actually. So I think this will be sufficient. Now we have to add both the vector. So what is the rule? Suppose if we want to write a plus b, then what we will do? First of all, we make a vector in this way. Suppose this is your first vector or a vector. Now remember, we have two things over here, number one head, number second tail. Then we have to put vector b. Okay, we have to make vector b, but this vector will be joined with vector number a or vector number 1, that is a, in a particular way. And what is that particular way? That head of a will be joined with tail of b and direction of b will be same. The second vector's tail and first vector's head are combined, and the resultant diagonal we get, that is our addition. So see in the next page. Suppose here we have our first vector a, that is of 10 Newton, and second vector was this one, suppose b, and it was 6 Newton. So in the same way we will just place b over here. Remember, direction of b should not be changed, and this b is 6 Newton. Okay, the tail of b and head of a are coinciding. So resultant will be shown by this line, the tail of first vector and head of other vector. This is our answer, or you can say this is our resultant of a and b. Now we have to measure its length. Okay, remember, question is not over. We have to measure its length and its direction also we have to look. Its length will give magnitude of a plus b. Okay, and direction will give our new vector, direction of new vector, that is a plus b. So how we will measure it? If this angle is 90 degree, then we know that this length is 10 centimeter. Okay, I think it was 8 originally, so don't get confused, let it consider 8 only. Okay, still we have no problem in that. And 8 Newton or 8 centimeter, then 6. I have taken these numbers because you will get to know that square root of these two numbers summation will give you a perfect answer. Like here you have 8 and here you have 6, and this angle is, remember, this is 90 degree. So you will get a triangle like this. Okay, and this is basically your base and this is your perpendicular. You know that this will be hypotenuse and its value is under root perpendicular square plus base square. So it will become perpendicular square means 6 square and base square means 8 square. So it will be 36 plus 64. It will give you 100 and your answer will come out 10 Newton. Okay, so this is the way how we add it or how we get our result. Direction you can also calculate. This tan theta, suppose this is your positive x-axis, then direction tan theta or angle from positive x-axis will be perpendicular upon base, or this will be 3 by 4. Okay, or theta is given in this form also, tan inverse 3 by 4. So this is our answer. We have got theta also and we have got its magnitude also. If someone says you how much centimeter is it, so you will say 10 centimeter. You can measure it also. Okay, so this is all for today, and in the next lecture we will perform other operations of vectors like subtraction, okay, and associative properties. You can say, here you can see commutative properties like this one, and then associative law like addition of 3 vectors, etc. And then we will have parallelogram method.